Amina was a young woman who grew up in a harsh desert village in northern Africa. Her life had been nothing but pain from the beginning. She was always sick, her body was weak, and the dry winds had torn her skin over the years. She had no family, no permanent home, and no one to care for her. The village around her was filled with heat, dust, and thirst. Every day felt the same: struggle, hunger, and loneliness. One hot afternoon, as Amina sat alone under a dying tree, she noticed a traveler passing by, a peaceful-looking old man dressed in white, with a wooden staff in his hand. She slowly stood up and called out, "Sir, please wait." The man stopped and turned. "Daughter, why do you look so defeated?" Amina swallowed hard and asked, "Where are you going?" The man replied gently, "I am on a journey to Jerusalem, the Holy Land, to pray." At that moment, Amina's lifeless eyes lit up with a tiny spark of hope. With tears in her voice, she said, "Please, when you reach the holy place, ask God about me. Ask Him when my suffering will end. Ask Him when my dark days will turn into light." The man's eyes softened. "I will ask," he promised. He continued his journey, and for the first time in years, Amina waited with expectation. Days later, the traveler reached Jerusalem and met a holy monk. The traveler explained Amina's story and asked about her fate. The monk closed his eyes, prayed, and then said, "God has written 10 more years of hardship in her destiny. Joy will not reach her until then." The traveler felt broken. "If I tell her this, she will lose all hope. Is there no way her destiny can change?" The monk thought deeply and replied, "Tell her this: the key to her freedom is gratitude. If she learns to say, 'Thank you, God, for everything, in every situation, good or bad,' she will pass her test. Gratitude can melt even the hardest fate." The traveler returned to the desert and delivered the message. At first, Amina didn't understand. Thank God? For hunger? For sickness? For suffering? But she made a decision that would change everything. From that day forward, when she collapsed from dehydration, she whispered, Thank you, God, for everything." When she begged for food and received nothing, she still said, "Thank you, God, for everything." When her illness worsened and she cried alone at night, she forced herself to say, "Thank you, God, for everything." Day by day, something began to shift. She didn't notice it at first, but life around her slowly started changing. Clouds gathered. Rain, real, heavy, life-giving rain, fell on the desert for the first time in years. The dry ground sprouted fresh green plants. A small stream formed near her hut. Villagers who once ignored her began fetching water from the stream and sharing food with her. Her body grew stronger. Her illness faded. She found work, she found purpose, she found life again. In just 10 days, everything changed. One morning, the same traveler passed through the village. He was shocked. Amina, the weak dying girl, was now healthy, smiling and full of life. The dead desert was filled with green plants and flowing water. Confused, he rushed back to Jerusalem and told the monk what he saw. The old monk smiled slowly and said, "Yes, God had written 10 years of sorrow, but she rewrote it. True gratitude can burn away old karma, old pain, and old destiny." She passed her test. Gratitude transformed her life. Most of us cry, complain, and question life the moment pain visits our door. We look at others and ask, why is life so easy for them and so hard for me? Why must I be the one to suffer? But what we don't see is that sometimes the pain we carry is not a punishment, it is preparation. Sometimes God breaks us just to rebuild us stronger than we ever were. When Amina learned to say, "Thank you, God, even for this," she unlocked a secret many of us will never discover. She learned that gratitude is not about loving only the good moments. True gratitude is whispering, "Thank you," even with tears in your eyes. It is holding on to faith when everything around you suggests that you should let go. Life will not always give us answers. Sometimes the night will feel endless. Sometimes the storm will feel personal. But if we can learn to be grateful even in the dark, then no darkness can last forever. Because gratitude does not change the situation first. It changes the soul. And once the soul changes, the situation always follows. So from today, promise yourself, no matter where I am, no matter what I face, I will choose gratitude. I will choose faith. I will choose hope. And one day, just like Amina, you will look back and realize that what was meant to break you actually became the reason you finally rose. For more twisted, emotional, and inspiring stories, hit that subscribe button and stay connected with Silent Battles Hub.